Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. This is my disclaimer. Mercury is in retrograde and it's sitting right on top of my natal Mercury, and I can't talk. So we're just going to struggle through this, okay? So this video today is going to cover 2 weeks. It's going to cover June 22nd through the 28th, and I will timestamp, and we will cover June 29th through July 5th, which actually, oh, you showed up for yourself, which actually has to do, there's a eclipse happening. It's the last one in the series between Cancer and Capricorn for like another 9 years. So the last 18 months, all of the eclipses have been happening there. If you are a Leo rising, it would have been going on in your 12th house and your 6th house. So your hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes, and how do you bring your life into balance in order to accomplish your hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes. And now they're moving into the Gemini Sagittarius, which would be your groups and group activities and your creativity and your dating life. And those are the places that you would, if you're a rising sign of Leo, be really picking up the energy. Before I get into what cards you have here, what were we talking about? Creativity. Before we get into these cards that you have here for the week, I would like to ask you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Wow, it really does help my analytics, but it also, what it does is it tells me that you appreciate my time. And the other thing is I want to ask you to go ahead and leave me a message or just leave me an emoji, because I'm going to pull a card at the end of the Cancer readings that I'm doing for somebody who's left a message. So if you leave a message on the Leo ones, I'm going to go through all the Leo people and I'll pull a card for one of the people. And so your Sun, Moon, and Rising would be, give you 3 shots to get a card pulled for you. So, your overall energy, what you have here is you showed up. There you are. I mean, so nice. So it says gut, instinct, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trusting. And then the creativity showed up. This is creativity vocally. This is a blue of the throat chakra. So this is creatively expressing yourself through song. It could be through art, because this would also have to do with art. But this is through using your imagination. So through art, when I say through art, it could be through the way you put together a planter of flowers. That's artistic. It could be the way you reorganize things in the closet. Rearrange the furniture. There's lots of ways that you can artistically express yourself. So we have imagination, expression, originality, and passion. And I always think of Leo as very passionate. So really expressing the true nature of yourself is really going to be highlighted over the next 2 weeks. So we just had that eclipse that happened in Cancer at 0 degrees. Very potent stuff. If you have not had an opportunity to really put any thought into it, this would be an opportunity for you to kind of think about where it is that you really want to go, in particular because it was in your hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes. Where do you want to laser focus your creativity, your instincts? So where do you want to go and make changes in your life? This has enough legs on it, enough power to it, that it's going to be like 6 months that you're really going to feel the effects of it. And so this is a really great opportunity to tap into it. Oh my gosh, this is going to be entertaining. I tried to do these before Mercury went retrograde, and I just couldn't get it done. And so now it's just going to be fun stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get into the week of the 22nd through the 28th. Lots of things happening. We start out with the moon still in Cancer, coming off of that eclipse. And it has, Monday has just got this big freaking energy going with it. It is about really realizing what it is that you want, where you want to go with things, but it's also about recognizing, oh gosh, and this card right here actually says instinct. Look at that. Okay, so using your gut instinct to figure out and observe and realize where the obstacles are to manifest in your dreams. Like, there's a clarity that comes in this week. And part of that clarity happens because Neptune on Tuesday is going to move retrograde. And when Neptune goes retrograde, clarity really comes in the area of dreams and goals. And so you're going to have a lot of opportunity this week to really figure out what do you really want to do next? What's really important to you, and how can you really tap into that energy? Wow, you have so many cards that came up. So you have Adrift in the Shallow Water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace and notice the small things and appreciate them. So this is about taking that meditation time, right? Pulling your energy in, which we always recommend with a new moon, to really focus on what it is that you want to go, where you want to do, how do you want to figure out where you're going. Then you have disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love you deserve. Find ways to release the worry or unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. This could be releasing the obstacles. Sometimes the biggest obstacles are the definition we have of what. Okay, so the dream could be to have a really great relationship. But the obstacle could be, I want this really great relationship with George Clooney. Well, that doesn't work out because he's already got somebody. I'm sorry, that was personal for me. My dream got dashed, but it is about letting go of the things that don't work for you. It is about giving space for the overall thing is if you really want that great relationship with somebody, how can you manifest that? The elements of it, the feeling that it brings in, the joy that it brings in, the happiness, the sense of freedom that you get to be who you are, that you get to dance in the rainbows. So releasing the how and the when, but getting the clarity on the what it is that you really want. What is it that you really want? So break free from whatever you feel is holding you back, express happiness, and find out what you truly desire. That is really the energy of these next 2 weeks, but in particular, coming flying off of that new moon, there is definitely that. Oh my gosh, you have such great cards to start off with. Okay, so then the moon is going to move into Leo at 8:33 a.m. on Tuesday. So because of some of the other aspects of things that are going on, there is a possibility that there could be some fireworks. It could be passion, like in the bedroom. Excellent. But it also could be, getting really mad and angry at somebody because they cut you off in traffic. So just there's this energy, this explosive energy hanging in the air, just to be really aware of it. But this is about acceptance of a situation so that you can disengage from the outcomes and the way things are going, or it could be about accepting the help. So again, Spirit likes to remind me to tell you to ask them for help. They stand at the ready. They want to help you. They want to bring you these things, but because of free will, they can't do it unless you ask for it. And so I really encourage you to consider what it is that you want, and then take a little time on a daily basis in the morning and say, help me to find the path forward to accomplish my dreams and my goals. And just kind of leave the how and the when up to the universe, but continue to ask for the help. They're listening, and this will bring you an opportunity for growth. I think in your connection with Spirit, and also growth in the direction that you want to go. But mostly I think this is about growth for really understanding who you are. You have Aphrodite, which is about self-love and expansiveness. And so an opportunity here, expansiveness, growth, accepting the situation, loving yourself. And self-love is echoed again in the next card that comes up. And so it's kind of this energy in Cancer, this new moon in Cancer, with the nodes and all the work we've been doing with the eclipses in Cancer and Capricorn over the past 18 months has been about loving ourselves, nurturing ourselves, understanding that we are worthy of our hopes, our goals, and our dreams. And so it's kind of being brought in right now into a focus for you. And so how can you use your imagination to express what it is that you are passionate about, what it is that you want to chase down and dream? Because whatever it is that you're dreaming of, you can create it, and you deserve what you desire. You deserve what you desire. So really good news is that on Thursday, we've got Venus going direct. So this energy of loving ourselves and filling up our own cup then is allowed to start spilling out into other relationships. It is still in Gemini, but now, you know, when Venus is in Gemini, she's a little flirty, she's a little fun. When she's in retrograde, she's, you know, kind of maybe thinking about past loves and where does that go and how does that fit, and she's been doing this reevaluation, and now it's time for her to, for you to work with her to be curious about where you go from here. You know, so if you're in an existing relationship, then it would be, how can I use this energy to reignite the passion, right? To reignite the passion using your creativity. Oh gosh, here you are again. Ooh. So how can you reignite the passion for yourself or a project or whatever? So it's that curiosity and that fun and adventure and the flirty and being willing to do what it takes to nourish and nurture yourself or your relationship with others. And so we have here, the moon is now in Virgo. Yes. And so there's this real clarity around matters of the heart. And part of that has to do with that, but a lot of it has to do with that Neptune clarity coming in now that it has gone retrograde. So yes, did I mention that Neptune went retrograde? So that gives us, what, 6 planets that are retrograde. Well, Venus just goes direct, so now we're back to 5. We'll be up to 6 again in a little bit. So we have Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past. Reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and for your tribe. Disengage from the outcome. Dance with your dreams. Dance with your hopes, your goals. Stay in the shallow waters of your emotions. Spend a little time in meditation and just maybe that breathing, you know, that yogic breathing. If you need to relax, it would be in through the nose for the count of 3, out through the mouth, audibly, because you've got the throat chakra showing up here, to the count of 5. If you're just trying to keep a balance, then, you know, in and out, 3 or 4 or 5, either way, doesn't matter. If what you're trying to do is get yourself like ready to go, to take a step, to take an action, then it would be in through the nose for the count of 5 and out through the mouth to the count of 3, so that you can get a little more oxygen flowing in your system. So I don't even know why I went there, but anyways, you must have needed to know that, somebody. Okay, so Chiron is coming into play with this Venus, with this, with the moon in Virgo. And so there's a little bit of a kick in the butt, a little twinge around areas that need to be healed in your life. And so, you know, letting go of the past and reclaiming your majesty might really be kicked up by that energy of Chiron. But there's a lot of support for communication with others this week. And so taking the time to do that. On Saturday, a couple of things. First, the moon is going to move into Libra, which is it's a nice energy. It's a sextile energy for you. So that is supportive energy around bringing in the balance of where it is that you're going and what you want to do. But also, I just want to stand up and cheer because Mars is going to get into Aries. And so right away, though, it bumps up into Saturn. And when it does that, it doesn't, well, gosh, why am I struggling with this? So it comes into a supportive sextile with Saturn. So when that happens on Sunday morning, what this does is it creates this energy of being able to get things going, but not too fast, which means the flame doesn't flame out on you. You know, it's not like striking a match and then it burns out. It's more like stirring up the embers in a dying flame, you know, dying bonfire, and watching it slowly ignite as you add more fuel to it. It's kind of that kind of energy, because it's going to last for the next 6 months. You usually get 6 weeks of Mars in a sign, and Mars is going to be in its home sign for 6 months. And so there is this energy, this building of momentum kind of thing going. And it's great because this is about finding the path of where it is that you want to go and how you want to get there. Really assessing and looking at, how do I need to adapt? What kind of changes do I need to make? And honestly, I swear you just showed up for yourself again in the form of a bird, because when I see the peacock, I always think of Leo. It says inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. There is some big thing happening here. What does your imagination want? What do you hope for? What are you wishing for? What would you like to accomplish? Because there is a lot of opportunity being brought to you right now in this arena. And so focusing on where it is that you want to go and leaving the how and the when up to spirit, but asking. Remember to ask for the help and the guidance that you need so that you can get there is definitely really going to be very beneficial in general. But at this time, it feels like the ground is really fertile. Changes are happening, and so where would you like them to take you? Right? Where would you like changes to take you? All right, let's move into week 2. Week 2, which is the 29th of June through the eclipse that happens on July 5th. Now, that eclipse is not as strong as the one we just had in Cancer. It's kind of like, okay, wrapping this up. Here's the last little details, and let's move forward. And so, it's kind of like passing the baton to the next round of eclipses that are happening in the Gemini Sagittarius. So here we go. We start out on Monday with the moon in Scorpio in the evening, actually. So still kind of got this Libra energy coming through with the need to discern, finding the balance and figuring out where it is that we're going to go. And then Monday night, the fears start to creep in. Scorpio's bringing in some fear energy this time. And again, fears are your imagination. And so while your imagination and expressing your imagination is a good thing when you're dreaming and hoping for the good stuff, when you are focusing on the negative things, you can create that just as easily as you can create the positive. And so trying not to hang on to things that are scary in your head, and instead focus on the opportunities around you and where it is that you want to go. And imagine yourself in a nice, safe, protected bubble. Ask St. Michael to come and protect you and to help you navigate these. This looks like waters, right? This looks like you're coming up through the water. It's like the coolest card. I've never seen this one, and I've had this deck for a long time. But it really does, right? It's either like coming up through the waters. Oh yes, it is. It's like you've been down in the emotional depths, and now you're rising, right? You're rising to come out and break the surface. Kind of like this, right? For the transformation. And so there's a lot of opportunity here to bring something through. And there is this energy this week of a breakthrough happening with this moon in Scorpio. So be aware of how you say things, but lots of new ideas can come to you. There's so much opportunity with Mercury in retrograde and all these shakeups happening. There's so much opportunity to say things in a way that we don't want to, that we might pay dearly for. And so I just, as Saturn moves back into its home sign, its other home sign actually, of Capricorn, the energy is going to kind of shift and change, and structures are going to start happening, being reevaluated. And we do have Jupiter conjuncting with Pluto. And so there is information coming to you, and be optimistic about it. The clarity, right? When we, oh my gosh, I hate when I'm in the dark and I don't know what to do. Like, tell me what the facts are so I can make a decision, find a path that's, rooted in some sort of reality, instead of people telling me things just because they think that's what I want to hear. No, I want the truth, right? So I can discern, so I can figure out what it is I'm going to do next. So releasing the fears, going after the truth, creating those healthy boundaries, and you are a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. Healing heart. And so just focus on that self-love, that self-care, that nurturing. Remember, Aphrodite was like, yes, self-love is important. Having the courage to follow through and stand up for yourself. Having the willpower to focus on breaking the surface for the transformation. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? So the moon is going to move into a fellow fire sign for you on Thursday night at 9:21 p.m. And this will be a welcome relief for you. But I just want to remind you that while you are maybe a little more comfortable with it, there is this explosive, intense energy that is hanging in the air. It is just hanging out there in the air. And so just, caution. Oh, that's nice. I feel like you have... Okay. Wow. What is going on with you? All right, so we have view from above. This is getting a higher perspective. Take a look at the bigger picture. Definitely let go of the fears, but also understand that, oh gosh, when things fall away from us, it's because they need to, because they don't work for us. And so, all right. So this fogged in, go slow, take time. This is that boundary energy with Mars. Okay, so you'll be wanting to get going, but again, clarity, discernment, we're working toward it. It is a slow build, okay? So I think that would be more like have patience. That was the one that wasn't sure if it wanted to come in or not. So we have navigating by the stars. This is your gut instinct, following your intuition, trusting your inner knowing for what it is that you want to go, and open your heart to joy. So get the bigger picture. Allow yourself to see that the things that are falling away, they're for your benefit. And things that are, if you open yourself up and you ask for the help and the guidance, you will notice the synchronicities as the things come to you that are very beneficial to you. So on Saturday, the moon is going to move into Virgo bright and early in the morning, 12:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then the moon is also going to come into an opposition with Mercury in Cancer, which would be that it's kind of tough. Again, it's that energy of people wanting to say what's on their mind. So just watch out for that. Oh, wow, this is so great. This is the second time I've seen this card come out. Okay, so you have an opportunity to really see where it is that you want to go and what kind of action you want to take. But you have successful funding. So if there is a situation where you are waiting on information about finances, if you've been waiting on a loan, if you've been waiting on for a payout for something, if you needed a raise, or you're wondering how you're going to pay for something, money's coming to you. So that seems to be some energy that's going on, because it's the second time I've seen that card, which is super exciting. So this is a moon where we're being asked to really be willing to walk away from things that don't work, from the explosive situations in our life that don't serve us, and really move in the direction of, I want to say, cooler waters. And, wow. Okay, hold on. A new start is coming. That looks like the new moon eclipse from Cancer. Even though this came in on the full moon, even though it doesn't say in its eclipse, it's really what it looks like. You have a new start coming. Don't be afraid of it. Let the fears go. Embrace the opportunity, the adventure. Ask for the help and the guidance that you need, but trust your gut. What feels right, what makes sense, head off in those directions. I think you're going to really find that when you put yourself first, when you put your dreams first, and allow yourself to move forward in a very self-loving, self-nurturing way. A lot of us were raised by parents who didn't know how to do that. And so this has been a big lesson that's been going on for everybody, really, for the last 18 months or so. So allow that healing to happen. Take the time that you need. Do what feels right. And this new start is coming, but it's not going to be like a launch out of like a cannonball out of out of the cannon for you. It's going to be steady, slow, growing, and this is an opportunity for you to free yourself from the pain, to do yourself healing, to love yourself, to take the time to have the courage to follow your instincts, right? And really delve into your emotional creativity and what you can bring for yourself. So this is really a very beautiful reading. I feel like, and we have this expansiveness here too. I feel like this is a real opportunity for you to find the joy, to reconnect with what makes you happy so you can get out there and you can dance with the dolphins in your life, right? So this is good stuff. It really is. All right, Leo, you take care of yourselves. Be sure to leave me that comment so I can put you in the drawing for the card. And I will see you back here for that mid-Cancer season video next week. Okay, you take care. Oh, my goodness.